Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to The Cat in the Hat Plays Life is Strange, Chrysalis. This is probably going to be part 9, depending on where I do cuts in the previous part I recorded, and yeah, so as we left off, probably the last thing that happened was I had a very long rant about psychiatric medications and how that sort of thing is portrayed in the game. So now we're going to play the downstairs part, which includes some really good sitting around and contemplating shit moments. Actually, let's see.
No need to go there now.
Okay. Alright, she does that.
Nope. Someone locked it from the other side.
Okay.
Doesn't look like the Price family is rolling in dough these days.
So I looked up that zip code, and it actually does exist in Oregon on the coast. So that's funny. And then David's security hat. Does that mean that he's in the house? Just in, I don't know, behind this door. I assume that this door is a second bathroom or laundry room or something. We never actually know what that door is. But anyway. Wait, hold on. There's shoes there. Is Max wearing her shoes? Max is wearing shoes. Max, rude. They take off their shoes in this house. And then the door. So eggs by the door is a thing that happens later. But since I moved to Europe recently to study abroad, I realized that eggs and milk in Europe are pasteurized in a different way that really extends their shelf life and keeps them from having to be refrigerated. Still doesn't explain why they're by the door in particular. Joyce hadn't gone shopping that morning. Obviously, it was very early morning and whatnot. But it does kind of explain why they wouldn't be in the refrigerator necessarily, because the developers are European. All right.
Now this is the Chloe I remember. Always smiling and laughing. Not so much anymore.
And here we have one of our only canon indications of Chloe actually skateboarding, as opposed to references to Chloe liking skating or hanging out with skaters. So it's good to know she actually skateboards as well. And that's a nice shot, William. Good job, good job. It's a nice shot as well. All the birds, and the birds are alive and happy and shit in this. I wonder if you can look at this another time as well, the day when you discover that all the birds are dead. That'd be cool. Oh, it kind of looks like a picture of Max there. And looks like Chloe and her grandmother and the kitty Bongo. R.I.P. Okay, so the text message triggers before you make the decision whether or not to go in the kitchen or in here. It triggers right as you pass the door of right here. Right here, yeah. So yeah. Interesting. Good decision, game developers.
I love that they have the same old answering machine. And there's a message.
I don't know why that's exactly a thing to love. I personally have never had an answering machine in my house. Funny story, my dad was a politician, and it was a small town, and he was a very personal guy, and he won a lot of elections until one year everyone kind of just collectively decided the opposition is poop, and Tom, he's gonna win. So he lost by 400 votes, something like that. And then, of course, the next morning, my parents, woke up to, well over 400 messages on their answering machine, and I've never had one since. So, the concept of an answering machine is a little weird to me, but it's a nice, expositional thing. We saw in Gone Home, for sure.
I haven't seen this place in 5 years. Seems like forever.
Told me he saw you near that garbage dump. Now I'm ordered.
So this is our first kind of look at David's relationship with Chloe from David's perspective. Like, it's protective, but also, like, I don't know, like, overprotective. Protective, but also mean. And, then what scum are living out there, that's Frank, obviously. And then we've also got our first look at, like, how he's, like, kind of unable to separate his past in combat zones with his present now. He says, like, that's in order and all that. So, yeah. I will look at everything in here, go outside,
Yo,
and
that
then go
looks
to the garage.
tasty. I do miss Joyce's cooking.
It says food carts. Is that, like, delivered food? Like, meals on... Obviously not, because she says it's Joyce's cooking. If that's, like, a thing that I just don't know what it is, then, like, okay. But, like, I don't think, like, food cart is a thing. Anyway. And you can't see the message that you left in the past, because obviously you haven't left it. You haven't been to the past yet. Or, well, you haven't been to that past yet. Okay. And then this is funny that they put Paris as the place
I'd
that
love
they
to
want
go to Paris,
So
too.
obviously don't know it is based in Paris.
At this rate, they'll
as
be
we
lucky
talked
to get
about
to
in
Portland.
the last part, or maybe it was 2 parts ago. And then Seattle postcard. I'm gonna assume that that's from Max's parents, because, like, Max's parents wrote Chloe a letter in the AU, like, oh, I'm so sorry about, like, your accident. So, like, Max's parents, I guess, are better at keeping in touch than Max. Okay. The textures in the sink are actually pretty nice. Well done. And then what kind of beer is that? Beer. Okay, that's not helpful.
Joyce still works at Two Wheels Diner. Best damn burgers in Arcadia. I better get one soon.
Joyce does not look like herself there. She looks like they like copy pasted someone else's face onto Joyce's haircut and clothes. Like, she looks very young. She looks like a, I don't know who exactly in the high school, but she looks like someone in the high school. Like, maybe like Dana. Yeah, 2 Wheels. I approve of the shopping list. All the essentials: cereal, milk, peanut butter, chocolate cake, bananas, oil, and especially toilet paper. And they've also got a postcard from Tennessee, so I wonder, like, who, like, is that a shout out to something? I don't know. And this is just like a loop of, like, the weather and our first kind of indication that, like, you can get, like, various updates about the apocalypse weather from the TV in this room. Although that's not, like, any important update, so maybe it just kind of incentivizes you not to click on it, rather than, like, doing the intended effect, which is to, like, let you know that it can't be clicked on. Alright.
Brr. I can feel autumn pushing out the summer.
That's probably a metaphorical thing. Okay. So while I'm messing around with the camera on my new controller, let's look at this surveillance cam. Like, I find it a little hard to believe that Joyce wouldn't have noticed that. Like, yeah, I am at kind of a really strange angle. But Joyce has lived here a lot longer than, like, I have spent time in this backyard as the player character, so... Anyway.
William used to grill awesome burgers for us. I wonder if he was the last one to use this.
I'm gonna say no, because otherwise why would there be ketchup and mustard/mayo and, like, a literal, like, hot dog right there on the ground if it hadn't been used in a long time? Like, that hot dog would be gone if it hadn't been used in 5 years. We've got the chimney.
It's so tranquil here. Like a Japanese garden in Oregon.
Okay, first of all, no. Just because something's tranquil doesn't make it a Japanese garden. Second of all, it's not that tranquil. Like, there are, like, children screaming and dogs barking and, like, everything, like... Like, yeah, there's like birds. Yeah, hear those children screaming? Like, this is not a tranquil place. So, Max with the problem lines. Alright, let's look at Bongo.
We made this grave for Chloe's kitty.
She's
Poor
9 years
Bongo.
old, which is kind of
We
young
never
for,
saw that car
for a
coming.
cat, like middle-aged at least. And our first indication that like cars kill people in this game, other than like the foreshadowy graffiti that we get in the school parking lot. Okay, and yeah.
That took Chloe and me the whole day to draw. It's almost invisible now.
So yeah, that's probably a metaphor, but like it got left out in the sun. Obviously, it's gonna be invisible like 5 years later. Although that's probably a metaphor as well, like that, like the friendship wasn't like kept up and like nourished, you know. All right, and we got this basketball up here. And there's no basketball hoop. Like, yeah, okay, that thing right there might have had a basketball hoop on it, but like, it's very strange that the basketball would be stuck up there. And Oregon's really windy, you know, so like, unless like David like plays basketball on the side of the garage, like it's very unlikely that that would be there.
Oh, I loved this swing.
So I can only sit if I'm on
William
the
made
other
it
side.
just for me and Chloe.
Can't like step through. Interesting.
What do you truly want to do when
So
you grow
this like memory thing
Max,
is one
I'm
of my
already
favorite
grown up.
things.
What about you?
Like
up? Travel. That would be
the analysis
awesome.
of like growing
Explore
up,
the world.
growing up as a
Go
theme, growing
far
up
from here.
as it is
Far
associated
from
with
me?
travel,
Thanks a lot, dude.
growing
Dude,
up is
you would
associated
totally
with
come with
growing
me.
together or apart
I need a
from Chloe,
bodyguard for
like
our adventures.
intentionally bringing
I
Chloe
would be
along
like
on
Lara
adventures.
Croft, except real. That would be major.
Travel as a thing that happened in this
Totally.
game. The only time when
We'd
you
have
get out of
cars and boats
Arcadia
and planes
in the
all
game
over for
itself
instant
is
escape.
in the AU when you go to
And
San
no adults could tell
Francisco,
us what to do.
which
Count
obviously
me in.
that comes in
What would you do while I was
right here.
bodyguarding you?
When she talks about photography
Maybe
and like
take
being a
pictures of our
photographer and not
adventures.
being a photographer,
I would love to be a photographer.
and like being very
As if
insecure
I
about
ever
being a
could be.
photographer.
What are you talking about? Max,
Then
you
we've
are a
got this
photographer.
idea of Chloe
Your
as
pictures could be
bodyguard
in a
of
museum.
Max.
Someday they will.
Like both
believe
like
in you.
physically, she says like I'll be your bodyguard like Lara Croft, and then like mentally she's like reassuring Max like yeah you are a photographer, you can be a good photographer, like your pictures will hang in a museum, like, and then obviously they do in the AU of San Francisco. But yeah. Then there's the Lara Croft shout out because this was published by Square Enix. Which the other time that we have one of those is Final Fantasy Spirits Within, which is kind of like tongue in cheek because like yeah, that's a shit movie, but because it's like such an unexpected thing for Max to say, it characterizes Max. But here, because like you know Lara Croft is kind of the archetypal badass, like it makes sense and it doesn't like bring you out of the game world. Yeah, it is a shout out, but like it makes sense within the world as well. And it also like serves to characterize Chloe that like yeah, Chloe like knows who Lara Croft is, like in a way that like a lot of people don't, I guess. Non-gamers don't, so like yeah, Chloe's gamers, so that's cool. And let's see, what else is there? There's Chloe and Max just like thinking about what their life might be, and then obviously it turns out very, very differently than that, and like Max is remembering that as she's like in a spot that like has fallen into disrepair, and she's like trying to repair her relationship with Chloe when Chloe is like super pissed at her, rightfully so, for leaving for a very long time. And yeah, overall, I really like this part. I wish that more of these like little like contemplating shit things were memories. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. And then we've got another one inside that I'm gonna go do right now. Alright. That's pretty. Never noticed that.
Hey, I remember that stain. Chloe and I knocked over Joyce's wine bottle and we scrubbed forever, but it never came out. We got so busted.
Wait, actually, are there, like, wine bottles in the kitchen right now? Like, I don't know. Okay, also this, like, whole, like, wine memory thing that's about to happen is another one of my favorite things. Okay, so, like, I guess, presumably the wine bottles are in one of the cabinets. So, yeah, okay. So this little section is really, really cool. We've got the, like, intro to this section that, like, number one, gives context for what's about to happen. Number two gives context for, like, William in the past, saying, like, no Chloe and Max wine tasting session. Then you've got the couch.
Damn, it's the couch. We used to pretend it was a pirate ship. Looks like a shipwreck now.
And, pretending that it was a pirate ship. This idea of, like, pirates and pretend, and, like, Chloe as, like, part of pretending with pirates is really cool. The, shipwreck is cool because, like, obviously, like, friendship and, like, wrecks and, like, the house has fallen into disrepair in the absence of William and tangentially Max. So that's a cool thing. And, that's all, like, super relevant, like, this idea of, like, childhood and pirates and, falling into disrepair and rebellion as we listen to this memory.
Come on, open it, chicken.
Hold on, and I'm not chicken.
Like, Max
Prove it.
defending
You
herself
drink first,
as being
Max.
not a chicken.
No way. It was your idea, Chloe.
Whatever. Give me that bottle.
Well,
Tasty. Very tasty.
here, I want a sip.
Sorry, this is not for kids.
Don't be greedy. Give me some.
Oh shit, the carpet!
There's wine all over. What do we do now?
My parents are coming. Cover it up.
So, yeah. We've got this, like, idea of, like, Chloe as, like, a rebellious person and, like, who's not afraid to be rebellious. Max kind of is. Max kind of is, like, a lot. But it's one of those things where, like, she really wants to, but she's afraid to. And, like, seeing Chloe go there before she does, like, reassures her that it's okay. Which, like, maybe that's, like, a sexuality thing as well. That's super interesting and something I hadn't thought of before. But it goes along with pirates because the idea behind pirates is, like, Chloe is, like, a real rebel. Like, her rebellions, like, have consequences. And yeah, this is, like, a childlike rebellion. You know, when they were kids playing pirates, like, childlike rebellion was what was going on. But, like, it had real consequences. And the idea that it's, like, wine they're doing, which is, like, such an adult thing, especially, like, in the USA, is cool. And it's also, like, Max, like, leaving her physical mark on the house with the stain. And I think, like, Chloe is, like, constantly, like, looking out for Max, like, trying to, like, guide her into the, like, being comfortable with rebelling. Max looks very distressed right now. Maybe I should get her up while I talk. But yeah, it's just one of my, like, favorite moments. Like, number one, it kind of, like, gradually, like, introduces you to all these ideas, and then it, like, gives you, like, a very emotional punch there. Like, from a game design perspective, like, you can't get to the couch unless you, like, go through the wine stain. And, number two, it's very, there's a lot of thematic stuff going on with, like, pirates and growing up and rebellion and, like, Chloe and Max's relationship, and Chloe kind of, like, blazing the trail for Max, but also, like, making sure that Max comes on the trail as well. So, yeah.
If I took this picture, the deer would be standing on your ass.
Yeah, okay, so David being a deer hunter, you know, we've got Jane Doe, Max's spirit animal, / Rachel's spirit animal, you know, and that just, like, gives, like, an extra dimension to, like, David. Let's see. Did I already look over here? I think I did. Like, these, yeah.
I guess they're
books.
aging these books.
Was known collection. Can't remember if I've already talked about that. I've had to re-record this a couple times because of, graphics card crashes. So, yeah. Alright, and now...
I should be able to find the tools I need here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave evidence and see what happens. I'm going to leave evidence and see what happens. This action will have consequences, yeah, because I'm leaving evidence. I've never actually done that in any of the playthroughs that I've done or that my friends have done. So, we'll see what happens.
Wowzer, a map of Blackwell Academy. I wonder why.
Actually, it would probably be a cool idea to, like, look in the school and see if you can, like, see these cameras, like, over by the statue. Obviously, there's one. In the parking lot, there's one. Anyway. And then also, this whole, I wonder why there's a map of Blackwell Academy with little red circles and the words placement of cameras. Probably because someone wants to place some cameras. Like, in this part, like, Max is just, like, really silly about, like, not knowing who David is and stuff like that. Not realizing that, like, David, Chloe's stepdad, is the same person as David, the security guard. But here, there's, like, actually no excuse. Like, it says placement of cameras right there. Right there. Right. I'm also gonna look at the TV.
Should I switch this on? Decisions.
Yes, you should.
What the? Chloe's stepdad actually installed cameras in the rooms? For reals? This guy has serious trust issues. Do Chloe and Joyce even know about this?
So, obviously we know that they don't know about this. And then this is a loop, but I think something that's very important is that there isn't a camera in Chloe's room. Which, if there was, it would get to, like, creep-tastic levels because of, like, the, like, step-parent-stepchild relationship and the power dynamics that are there. But, yeah, I mean, there is, however, like, a camera in his and Joyce's room, which is also very creepy because it's non-consensual. And they are, you know, in a romantic, presumably sexual relationship. So this is all just very creepy, but I am glad that the developers didn't decide to go towards violence against young women just yet. Like, victimizing Chloe in the same way that he's, like, victimizing Joyce. I don't know. It's not okay to do this at all, but it would be an entirely different level of creepy if he did this in his stepdaughter's bedroom. Also, we've got the same style of red binder that ends up in the dark room, which is like the flash forward preview thing at the end of this episode, or yeah, at the end of episode 2 maybe. And so yeah, it's just like a hint like David is a creepo. And there really isn't any kind of excuse for this. It's not the same thing as Mr. Jefferson. Like, obviously he's not, like, kidnapping or drugging people, but he is still taking images of people without their consent. So, yeah. And I'm just gonna look at everything before I do the tools
These are way
time
too
travel
big.
thing.
I need tiny tools for that camera.
Yeah, that would kind of, like, break your camera probably even more than it already is.
This must belong to Chloe's stepdad.
And no shit.
No password. Like it would help me find tools anyway.
Yeah, and yeah, he's a doomsday prepper. He's got these, photo things right here. I never noticed that before. And then I'm also going to leave evidence.
I wonder what's in those files up there.
With this.
Shit! Butterfingers!
Butterfingers as a curse word.
Kate Marsh? Why the hell would he have pictures of her?
Because she knows something.
Okay, this is getting totally weird.
I think he kind of the idea is that he kind of, like, suspects that something's up because he's seen the video. And like, but he suspects that it's like Kate's fault, which we will talk a lot more about, like, victim blaming later. Yeah, so that's creepy as fuck. But he's kind of got like the interest of Blackwell Academy at heart, even if he doesn't have Kate's best interest at heart.
Nothing. This is so lame. Chloe's stepdad is head of security at Blackwell.
Oh, now she realizes
he wants
it.
to put surveillance cameras all over the school? How paranoid can you get?
Now she puts everything together. Like, she's already seen his Blackwell Academy jacket upstairs, his Blackwell security hat hanging in the hall. She's seen that he has Blackwell stuff everywhere. Only now does she put it together. Oh, is that like a map of Arcadia? Let's see, actually, does that like match up with the map that we've got here? Or... yeah, it does actually. So Arcadia is like grid. Arcadia Bay Avenue. Yeah, the little red things also match up to that. Alright, that's cool. Never noticed that before. It's got a lot of paintbrushes. Interesting.
Chloe's stepdad is a veteran and a security guard? He must really hate her.
And I don't know if his birthday is April 4th or what September or April 9th or September 4th. But because like the developers are European, but the game is in America and like whatever. Or wait, no, that's not a birthday, that's like a date of issue. So presumably it's September 4th because like that's when the school year starts. And then yeah, he's a veteran. Chloe has a problem with authority.
One of these guns is missing. I hope Chloe's stepdad isn't packing heat.
So this is kind of our first indication that there's like something like that guns are going to be a problem in this game. And like it's funny because every time that like either you or Chloe get shot dead, it's a fail state. And so like you have to retry it anyway. So the other people having guns doesn't actually make a whole lot of difference. You having guns makes a lot of difference. But yeah. And then David is a very good shot with a gun. Max is like,
yes, score.
David's a very good shot with a gun, a pretty bad shot. Like, he's okay. But not nearly as good as his gun with the darts. So, yeah. And then I am the Rifle Association, like, you. Okay, what else is there? What does that say? Stay out of my business. Okay. Will do. It's not like I'm like already snooping around here. Okay, and there's something blocking it. I can't like... yeah, the car's like parked too close. I can't go over to the lock, which is lame. Like, come on, she could totally fit in there.
Poor little dear. It's not enough to kill you, they have to display your head.
And again, David kills deer. Max / Rachel is a deer. Foreshadowing / red herring.
Check out the muscle car. Chloe's stepdad must be a gearhead.
Okay, and yeah, there's more tools and shit. You should be able to like look in here. But you can't. And he's a prepper.
Look at all that food. That's like enough spam for 100 years.
Just going along with his like paranoia and shit. Okay. So, the tools.
Boom, precision screwdrivers. Except I can't reach them.
So you have to look before you can look at the
That
washing
does
machine.
not look stable.
Tells you turn on, so it's unstable.
That was very smart, dumbass. No can reach. That does not look stable. Yes, here's some ancient cardboard. Man, I should have done that before they fell.
Alrighty, and again with the time puzzle that doesn't allow you to do anything before you discover what you should have done. Turn on to save electricity, they're already like defaulting on their bills or whatever the term is.
Yes, you have mad skills, Max.
Okay. Mad skills, yeah.
I've got the tools. I should go back upstairs before Chloe freaks. Cool, now it's opened.
Mm-hmm. Oh, should I close the door? I think I'll close the door and go back out the other way. Or, no, I can't. Okay. Well, I already left a lot of evidence, so too bad. Alright, well, I think I'll stop this part here. This has been The Cat in the Hat Plays Life is Strange, Part 9 of Chrysalis. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.